Minister of Culture Dr. Ines Abdidaim approved the decision of the Academy of Arts Council, headed by Dr. Ashraf Zeki, to name the newly built open-air theater at the Academy of Arts under the name of the great writer and critic Dr. Nihad Saliha. The minister said that soft powers remain one of the bright faces of Egypt's culture and civilization, and their symbols remain signs that light the path of successive generations and bright models that beautify the pages of the history of creativity. Nihad Saliha took up theater as a home to live within its walls, adored it and gave it her life, and she was involved with it and suffered from everything related to it, a rare culture that she enjoyed. Saliha is dubbed a theater nun, as some called her. Nihad Saliha is the name of the 10th session of the National Theater Festival in honor of her career and her role in enriching the contemporary theatrical movement. Nihad Muhammad Khalil Saliha was born in 1945 in Cairo and passed away earlier this year. She loved theater ever since she was a high school student, a theater nun she was called, as she dreamed of growing up on its stages. Saliha received her education at the Faculty of Arts, the English department, in 1966. Then she traveled to England for an MA in English language and literature and a PhD in drama. She was honored for her support of the younger generations of playwrights, especially the independent theater movement, and many young people were tutored by her. Saliha won several merits in theater festivals in Damascus, Carthage, Kuwait, Sharjah, and others. She occupied several honorary and well-deserved positions as a member of the Higher Committee for Theater at the Supreme Council of Culture and many other honorary prestigious artistic positions. Saliha has written many books in the field of theater, including Contemporary Theatrical Currents, Theater Between Art and Thought, Theatrical Evenings, Freedom, and many more. Minister of Culture Dr. Ines Abdidaim recently announced the launch of a new creative project in all governorates of Egypt under the slogan, Cinema in Your Hands. Abdidaim said that the art of cinema is a bright means of spreading awareness and enlightenment, adding that it is an effective tool for establishing a strong and cohesive society. She elaborated that Egypt is one of the leading countries in the field of seventh art, which represents one of the important axes of development with its effective tools that deal with social issues. The minister went on to say that Cinema is in Your Hands is one of the projects that provide the opportunity for talented people to acquire skills in this field and express themselves. Cinema also strengthens the national identity and highlights the uniqueness of the Egyptian civilization. The ministry initiative includes specialized film camps in tourist governorates in which distinguished graduates of the Free Studies Department at the Cinema Palace take part. The department provides film culture through courses and workshops in all governorates. For his part, the project supervisor and director Hisham Atwa said that the project is being carried out in cooperation with the professors from the Higher Institute of Cinema and senior specialists in the field, as well as critics and musicians. He added that the camps are held on a quarterly basis and start in Fayoum in mid-August, in addition to organizing monthly study courses in all governorates of Egypt and free 2-week intensive workshops for all people. Under the patronage of Her Excellency the Minister of Culture, Dr. Ines Abderdaim, the Hanager Arts Center Square Theatre launches the activities of the Summer Cultural Production Sector program headed by Director Khalid Galel. The Rida Folk Troupe inaugurates the summer program with a group of performances at the Technical House of Folk Art. The audience enjoys the troupe's most famous performances under the supervision of the artist Walid Tamam, the general manager of the troupe. The show includes Wardaya Baladi, The Farmers, El Arqusus, El Hagela, drums, and the Noba. The performances are presented on El Hanager Arts Center stage. The Summer Cultural Production Sector program also includes other artistic and lyrical programs and performances presented by the National Folklore Troupe, the National Folk Music Ensemble, the National Circus, and the Youth and Ghan Ensemble, in addition to a performance of the operetta The Big Night by the Cairo Puppet Theatre Company and the puppet show Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves by the Under 18 Troupe and the play The Play Store produced by El Hanager Arts Center.
The Cairo Opera House plays a significant role in the cultural movement that is taking place in Egypt. Please stay tuned.
The famous ballet show Romeo and Juliet was presented by the Cairo Opera Ballet Company on the big stage at the Cairo Opera House, accompanied by the Cairo Opera Orchestra, conducted by the great maestro Nader Abbasi, and was directed artistically by Armenia Kamel. The ballet of Romeo and Juliet is composed by the Russian international musician Sergei Prokofiev and dances by Leonid Lavrovsky, John Cranko, Macmillan, and Abdelmenem Kamel, which was inspired by the famous English tragicomedy William Shakespeare of the same name and set in the Italian city of Verona.
احنا دار الأوبرا المصرية عندنا عدة فرق أكتر من 14 فرقة بيقدموا أنواع مختلفة من الفنون.
The Cairo Opera House houses more than 14 artistic ensembles performing different artistic shows, starting from ballet like the Big Night Ballet or Leila Kibira, which was inspired by the famous puppet show of the same name. Also, we had other ballet nights like Zorba and Romeo and Juliet, done by the Cairo Opera Ballet Company. And for music, we have the Cairo Symphony Orchestra, Oriental music, classic music, 2 choirs, traditional dances, contemporary dance, and opera singing. Of course, all of this group considered under the umbrella of the artistic performances. Also, we have the Talent Development Center, aside to the cultural seminars and cultural exhibitions, which receives a great success from the audience whom are keen to attend them regularly. We can say that we almost every day something going on in the Cairo Opera House, which is considered as a huge cultural hub. Romeo and Juliet is a tragedy written by William Shakespeare early in his career about 2 young Italian star-crossed lovers whose death is ultimately reconciled their feuding families. It was among Shakespeare's most popular plays during his lifetime and is one of his most frequently performed plays and was first performed as a complete ballet in 1938.
this is the aim, the motive that we are existing. The culture exists because we have to exchange it. We cannot perform something only in Egypt. This has to be performed abroad, and the same for the other countries. The other countries needs to have an international public for opera, for ballet. The motive of to exist as an artist is to expand our public that cannot be only in the country where we have been born. So this is the motive and the existence, the life of an artist to be seen in other countries.
It tells the story of the struggle between the two most prestigious families in the city, Montegeo and Capulet, where the two lovers, Romeo and Juliet, come out and try to bond despite the differences between the two families. But the result of this conflict leads to their inevitable fate, which is death. The ballet of Romeo and Juliet is the version of the world's greatest love story, marries classical dance with a contemporary twist to create a dynamic, vibrant and modern retelling of this ageless drama of all-consuming love, passion, ecstasy and heartbreak. Shiro Bikir, Culture Magazine.
The camera of our program is always going after the cultural events that are taking place in Egypt. Please stay tuned.
Abdel Halim Nouaira Band for Arab Music performed a concert led by Maestro Salah Ghobashi on the stage of Institute of Arab Music as part of the series of Kalthoumiyat concerts organized by the Cairo Opera House. The ceremony includes presenting a selection of the most beautiful songs of Kawkab al-Sharq, Kulthum, in which she collaborated with major composers. The Institute of the Arab Music is an institute for teaching authentic Arab music and preserving the Arab musical heritage. The Heritage Arab Music Ensemble was established with the aim of reviving heritage of Arab music and preserving various traditional forms and lyrical musical forms to the audience and concerts of Arab music, such as the Muwashah, the poem, the rule, the tawtuqa, the monologue, the theatric melodies through a group of the most skilled musicians and the distinguished voices of the heritage keepers with high performance. On the collective and individual level, the band performed its first concerts on the stage of the Arab Music Institute in 2004, after which its artistic activity continued. Reviving the Arab musical heritage and preserving it from extinction, a series of Kalthoumiyat concerts continued, and a periodical series was also created on the composition of the musician Muhammad al-Mugi and the musician Baligh Hamdi. It is worth noting that the Cairo Opera House organizes a series of monthly concerts under the title Kalthoumiyat, which is held at the Institute of Arab Music in honor of Kulthum, with the aim of reviving the heritage of Arab music and spreading it to new generations and youth, as it is an integral part of Egypt's cultural and civilized history and the bridge between the past, present, and future.
Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, Culture Magazine. I hope you've enjoyed being with me. Please wait for me in the next episode. Until then, it's goodbye.